Having this conversation with this woman, she was telling me about, women like to come talk to me about their dudes. Not really a conflict, but just they're not jiving right now. They're not meshing. And I asked her a straight up question. I was like, are you a breath of fresh air? Or are you that humid cloud, that stagnant air, that stagnant humidity that you feel when you step off the plane in Miami in September?
I got this whole visual of it.
She's like, what do you mean? I was like, are you a breath of fresh air or are you smothering him to where he can't breathe?
Welcome to another episode of Sippin on Excellence. I'm your man, Coach KJ, and I'm never by myself. I'm here with the extraordinary Dr. Lionel Hunt, where we talk about... Raise your hand, raise your hand.
That's me.
We talk about everything from the extraordinary to the excellence. Just a little bit.
Even the bullshit.
Ooh, yeah, even the bullshit.
For real. Because there's some shit we talk about that ain't excellent.
Yeah. But it's some medicine, though. It's some medicine.
It's been a minute. Come get this medicine, y'all.
It's been a long time, but not for a good time.
Coach KJ, what's cracking, man? What's going on?
Man, good. Batten down the hatches, tighten some things up, get some screws. You see I've been writing a lot more.
Hey,
you notice that, huh? You getting my emails? Yeah. Subscribe to that Substack. Coach Kenny J. Kenneth Johnson. Substack. Writing newsletters, getting it out there. Check it out.
Man, got shit to say.
I got plenty to say. Try to get y'all out of your head and into your life. I'm just saying.
I wasn't planning to, but this is what happens when you listen to CNN on the radio, sitting in traffic. I was in my moment of peace after acupuncture today. After acupuncture
je ne
today.
sais quoi.
And so, just feeling good, nice and relaxed. Get in the car, turn on CNN, flip on CNN just to get me riled up before I get here. Because I don't want to be too calm. Let me ask you something, man.
Okay. I'm here for it.
I was just thinking about this. We're looking at how people are being deported, right? How they're being rounded up. Mm-hmm. And I heard somebody said a term that a statement that's saying they're not citizens and the criminals are animals, so they don't have rights to due process. And I was just like, for all of you out there who have forgotten the history of this country, I'm going to say this now because it's trying to be erased. Wasn't there a time when me and this dude right here were looked at as animals? We weren't considered citizens, and we never were allowed due process. And that was in my grandparents' lifetime.
Yeah.
So.
That's in your parents'
So
lifetime.
Why are we reliving the past when they're trying to reimagine the past? And why is it that whenever they refer to somebody being a criminal, an animal, it's always somebody of color? When most illegal immigrants in this country didn't cross the southern border. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm just asking because...
Question for y'all to maybe answer when we put this up. Seriously.
Question for y'all to ask yourself when you're standing at the ballot box.
How did every state become a border state? I'm just saying.
Anyway, that's not why we here.
I know.
We're not here to talk about politics, but damn it, we got a platform. I just wanted to say that there's a right way to do things, and there's a humane way to do things.
Absolutely.
Should you... Illegal is illegal, regardless of how you look at it. If you're not following laws, you're breaking them. But the inhumane treatment of people, regardless, that's the bullshit.
Yeah. Think about, what was it, after the Civil Rights Act was passed, which took forever, 100 years from, Emancipation Proclamation. Then all of a sudden there was this thing called the War on Crime.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the War on Drugs.
So 15 years later, they had to reimagine a different way. So they created the War on Drugs, which is just a different way of rephrasing post-Civil Rights Act.
Dude, it's just
thoughts that make you go, what the fuck? Not
But what gets me too is the people who look like the people getting treated inhumane that are like cheering it on. Black people, brown people.
Yeah.
And then saying, oh, well, we're going to change up our policy and we're going to not go after the good workers.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
The field hands and the house ends. We're going to keep them around because they're doing good for... You know what? I'm going to tell you, man. And a lot of people out there are going to hate me for this, but those of you who don't know me, y'all going to learn. Those who do know me, I've reached a stage in my life where I don't give a fuck. So you look at all the people in power, and there's nothing that scares a white supremacist more than becoming a minority.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. That's their biggest fear. Notice I didn't say white people's biggest fear. I said white supremacists' biggest fear.
Yeah.
Is becoming a minority.
Yeah.
The fear of America being a melting pot, which it's already been.
I heard something once, and see if I can get it right. He said, what we fear as people of color is the powers that be to come down on us. And what the white supremacists fear is the idea. They are more in fear of an idea of something they're no longer in position of power versus us fearing the power they're throwing amongst us.
Yeah.
Like there was an author that was on, it was back in the day, I think it was The Daily Show, and he was talking about, white author, he said, laws were created to suppress us, and laws were created for those whites to have
The
protection.
the ability to suppress.
The ability to suppress and also to protect. He's like, it's in the books. It's in the history books. He's like,
Right.
I'm sorry, it's written.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not telling you anything you shouldn't already know. It's written. I just happen to write that information in my book. So you're more aware.
Yep. Yeah, I need to get that off my chest, y'all. So, now we're gonna get to the fun stuff. I want to talk about just stuff, man.
When we gonna get to the good part?
We're gonna get to the stuff that all y'all want to hear about.
When we gonna get to the good part?
So, having conversations, listening to conversations around me, and men and women shit. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Let's get into it.
So, I love when I hear women say they want a God-fearing man, right?
Okay.
A man who believes in God, right? And I'm like, I was thinking to myself, I was like, all right, cool. And they said, a man who doesn't believe in God doesn't have integrity. And I was just like, so basically you're saying, if I don't believe in your God, I don't have integrity. Because the whole concept was a man who believes in God won't cheat. And if a man doesn't believe in God, he will cheat. And I was like,
Huh? Wait a minute. What?
yeah.
What?
If he lives in by, and I was like, all these preachers we know with 10, 12 babies out of wedlock, but.
Or other. I'll just say that.
And I was just like.
You know where I lived. I lived in Lanford.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
And I literally was just like, so an atheist can't have integrity. Interesting. Now, I get if you don't want to form a union with a man who has different beliefs than you, because that's not compatible for you. But don't say that man doesn't have integrity because he doesn't believe in God that you believe in. Kind of wild, right?
Or the idea, him believing in God the way you do. So like, I go to church, so this is my validation of my beliefs. He might stay at home. He might go to the gym. But he might be having his own level of conversation. He just doesn't do it the way you do it.
Yeah.
He doesn't serve the way you serve. So that's wrong.
It makes no sense, right?
And also a lot of times the belief that she has in God was not her own created belief. It was a belief that was bestowed upon her because of how she grew up. You know, the whole thing, you know, you ask your mama, well, why are we, was it Baptist? Why are we Baptist? Because that's what we are, baby.
Yeah.
And that's how you live your life.
Exactly.
Because
you
I
don't
was
get to make
told,
decisions on your own. It's just, this is how you grew up.
and this is what you should do. And this is what we do.
Man, it's you guys are wondering where we're going with this. These are just conversations that I hear, that we have, that we talk about on a regular basis, that always get addressed one-sided. And I think the reason why people don't really dive deep into them, because I think you people out there are afraid to have these conversations because you're afraid how the person who's hearing it might respond. You're afraid to say what you truly believe because you're afraid that what you truly believe isn't going to align with the people you care about, and you don't want to upset them, or you don't want to upset your peace.
You don't want to make waves.
Exactly.
You don't want to ruffle feathers of those that you feel that have whatever they believe or they say they believe, but it's by default. And I was going to say, it's kind of like, I was reading a question the other day that said, are you living life by design or by default? And the idea of what you're saying, especially when it comes to religion, or not even religion, just your belief in God, whatever, is it by design or is it by default?
Yeah.
And when do you get to the point in your life where you can say, I can question that? And is it, because then there's a fear of even questioning.
Yep.
Now you're living in this, the sunken place.
I was having a conversation. I was having this conversation with this woman. She was telling me about, I mean, you know, women like to come talk to me about their dudes. And she was talking about this little, not really a conflict, but just they're not jiving right now. They're not not meshing. And I asked her a straight up question. I was like, are you a breath of fresh air? or are you that humid cloud, that humid,
stagnant air,
that stagnant humidity that you feel when you step off the plane in Miami in September?
I got this whole visual of it. Like,
she's like, what do you mean? I was like, are you a breath of fresh air, or are you smothering him to where he can't breathe? She was like, oh shit. Some of y'all need to think about that.
Yeah.
You know, are you too much? And at times you are.
Yeah. Do you give him the space that you say, this is supposed to be your safe space because you're with me? Everybody, you think when you're in a relationship that should be your safe space. But a lot of times, cats be running, they're running away from home faster than they're running away from work.
You know why? You know why women, in my opinion, not fucking facts.
Not all men's opinions, but
Leonel Hunt, in my opinion, why peace escapes a lot of women, because women equate peace with boredom.
That's fair.
And they're looking for excitement. When you really think about it, what is excitement? It's stress.
Because that's their default, which is stress.
And that excitement that they feel when they're around you, that's why bad boy syndrome. They like the excitement. They like the stress because they live in a high stress state. And that's what they call chemistry. Mm-hmm. And I heard somebody say this the other day. Excitement and stress is chemistry. Peace and calm and the calm nervous system is care. And I was like,
that's money. That's
and
money.
So that's what we talked about, because that you can't live amped. I mean, that's why when things are peaceful, men don't bounce because they're bored.
No.
Men don't get bored. They're at peace. They're not searching for excitement in their woman. Not a truly masculine grown-ass man. A grown-ass man wants calm. He wants you to calm the noise because the world is his excitement and his stress.
Yeah.
Women get bored, and then they either try to create excitement at home, my opinion, or go outside to search for that excitement, because that's that stress. They're bored if they're at peace. That's why they don't know how to be at peace. Just my thought.
Yeah. I would have to say that there's some definite learned behavior when it comes to that level of stress. They've seen their mother, their aunties, or they have friends. Some of them, they don't see the level of peace like within their father. They may see the level of stress that their mom causes, but they don't see this level of peace that he may bring within. They just say, "Oh, he's quiet. Oh, he shuts down. Oh,
It's because they're searching for they like the feeling and the excitement of that heart racing. And for them, that's the battle between that excitement of the heart racing versus the mind being at rest.
Yeah.
That nervous system calm versus the excitement of.
That's the reason why it's so challenging for them to say, "I'm sorry," because then that means I'm bringing calm to this.
I mean, like we talked about before, the butterflies of the first date, and all that stuff. That's not, oh, I'm so excited. That's stress.
Yeah.
Butterflies is your gut stressed the fuck out.
Yeah. That's why you go into the bathroom.
Right. It's just
You
but
you
like,
hold
I
it
love
until
that.
you get home.
So you're searching that feeling. You're searching that feeling. It's like you're not. Stop already.
Yeah.
Stop trying to create excitement.
Yeah.
Live in a happy, peaceful state rather than trying to create excitement. That shit doesn't work. And stop saying I'm bored. You're bored because you're at peace. Because you're not stressed the fuck out.
And then I think when we always talk about it, that little long ass word called communication.
Yep.
They don't know how to communicate. We're the ones that are struggling with communication, but you're not communicating to me how you need to be spoken to, how you need to be heard, or what you need to hear. Let alone, I might not be doing the same thing to you.
Yeah.
Because I'm shoveling back because there's so much stress. You like, before you even say anything, like, well, I digress. Before you even get it out, like, well, I digress. I haven't even got anything out. I'm digressing into my digression. I'm just keeping my mouth shut. I'll let you figure out your wave, whatever wave you're on.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We're like surfers. Okay, well, what wave we on? Well, okay. All right, I'm gonna paddle out now. I'm gonna catch this next wave. Whoa. No. This wave ain't good.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we always tell men, not we, but society always tell men, like who likes you? But we never tell women, like who likes you. I had this conversation again, and we've said it, a lot of women try to fight outside their weight class. And I'm not talking about literally, I'm talking about metaphorically.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have shit going for you, yet you try to go and grab the dude who has everything going for him. And then you get mad
when he doesn't choose you.
or when he only chooses you because you're pretty. He chooses you but won't keep you.
Yeah.
And yet then there's the guy who is fighting in your weight class. You're a welterweight, he's a welterweight. Y'all can battle it out. Y'all make a good team. You want to go fight Tyson when you should be fighting Roy Jones.
Right.
We old. Right? You know what I mean? It's like you don't. And so, but a man, Tyson can fight anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He can fight in all weight classes because he's super heavyweight.
Yeah.
He can fight a lightweight. He can fight a middleweight. A lightweight ain't going to go fight him if he's smart. It ain't going to seek to fight him, no matter how big the bag's going to get.
Okay,
if he goes.
Okay, Mr. Analogy Man, I got you. I got that.
I'm just.
Yeah.
But yet they constantly are trying to do that, and then they complain that there's no good men out there, and that all the good men cheat. Well, all of you are chasing the top 10%. Would they say 80% of women are chasing 20% of men? And those 20% have their pick. Why would they pick you?
Yeah.
Or why would they pick just you? And here's the funny part. Usually those men don't end up with what women would consider the top 20% of women. I didn't say what men, because how women rank each other in qualities is very different than how men rank women in quality.
Well, we brought this up a while ago about like how, your Kevin Samuels or your Andrew Tate, especially like Kevin Samuels, more Kevin than Andrew, but how all these women were the ones calling in to him.
Yes.
Messaging him, getting his advice, but then combating him He says, like, I remember one time, there was one woman, it's like, okay, you are overweight. You have 2, 3 kids. You don't have a job. Where's your value? What are you going to bring to this man that you're looking at this top tier dude to come to talk to you? He's not going to be, he's not even going to see you 9 times out of 10.
And here's what people don't realize, and I'll catch a lot of heat for this one, but most men will be like, you're probably right. A man will take a peaceful 6 over a stressful 10 any day. He would much rather spend his life with a peaceful 6 or 7 than a stressed out 10.
Yeah. And I,
because yes, I would say we're physical beings where we like aesthetic, but we will prefer just low maintenance stress wise and less attractive in the eyes of the masses than somebody who's super beautiful and a fucking headache.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Ask any man. Ask your man.
Y'all saw Paul.
But don't say, baby, I'm a 10.
Yeah. Y'all saw what Paul Pierce was talking about. Everybody got mad about that one.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when we talk about, I think, and I'm speaking for both of us, I think when we speak in the terms of a 10, we're talking about Instagram. We're talking about, the IG model, the OnlyFans, the one that is waiting for someone to come scoop her up because of her exteriors. I think the substance doesn't fully exist because this is her world that she's based off of. Not selling something, not doing, just this is who I am. I'm just, yeah.
Like that saying says, we created mirrors so we could see ourselves, just to create filters so we don't have to show anybody else.
It's about as real as it gets, bro.
And it's, a man wants a woman who can look in the mirror and be like, I'm okay with me. That right there, because there's no such thing as perfection.
Yeah.
Stop trying to achieve it because it doesn't exist.
Yeah. The moment you say, I love me some me.
That's the sexiest shit in the world.
Exactly.
That's the sexiest shit in the world.
And then that has nothing to do with the number, because we use numbers because that's the world we live in. But at the end of the day, I love that phrase. At the end of the day.
No, at the beginning of the day.
At the beginning of the day, exactly. It's the ones that have self-love and self-respect and they're about themselves. They're about doing themselves and bringing that to the forefront. And being able to share that space with somebody,
dude,
it's three from
hard.
The corner, bro.
It's hard. It is absolutely hard. And
it's hard for you.
Well, this is what I'm learning being a single man, is that a lot of women try to live up to what they think my standards are without even wondering what I'm not even looking for, what I'm willing to accept. They have this notion, this guy is accomplished, so he must want this. He must be looking for this. And I'm like, I don't need you to be what you think I want. I don't need you to be anything. I don't want you to be me. I want you to be you.
Yeah, I was going to say that they're removing themselves from who they are to be something they think that you might want. They never asked you. Or they never showed up as themselves because of the idea of what they think you might want.
You want to know what I want? Be everything I'm not. We've said that before.
Yeah.
I don't need to date myself.
Be you.
Be you, which is different from me.
Yeah.
And either I'm going to find it attractive or not.
I'm here, you here.
Either we'll be compatible or not.
Let's figure it out.
Am I attracted to you? Do we have chemistry? And is this shit gonna work?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, it's all right. Move on. It's nothing against you, nothing against me. It's not gonna work.
Like what's that that one Instagram where they popped a balloon? Oh my God.
I mean, it is funny though.
It's hilarious. And just to see how angry that they get when somebody said, well, why didn't you like her? And he's like, well, she's
not my type.
She's not my type. Well, you don't have.
Immediately get defensive and immediately start criticizing the man. Well, you're kind of short. You're this. You're that.
You're too old.
I just don't want you. It's okay.
Yeah, you got small feet.
He may want you. Not every man wants you. Not every woman's going to want me.
Right.
It's all right.
Right.
And it just, I can't.
What's so funny is the guy always goes, okay. But immediately they stay on that hot bed. They're so angered.
If I pop my balloon, why do you care why I popped it? Mm-hmm. So if I'm not interested in you, why does it matter why I'm not interested? It shouldn't matter, right? Mm-hmm. You don't know me, so you can't say it's because of my character or whatever. Right. I'm just not for you. You saw something in me that ain't for you.
But they immediately attack your character.
Yeah.
That they don't know.
And notice when if the roles are reversed and a man's the one who walks out and the women pop the balloons, and they're like, oh, why'd you pop his balloon? Oh, I didn't like the way he was dressed, or I didn't like the way he wore his hair, blah, blah. And the dude just kind of like this, okay.
Cool.
Doesn't go after her.
Yeah.
Cool. On to the next one.
Yeah.
But yet the insults keep coming. And it's like, why?
Yeah. I mean, we did a whole podcast on the whole idea that, there's standards that we have that we live by. Mm-hmm. And we find someone that fits within the frame of, and it's like 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Versus, well, he has to have this, he has to have this.
Versus that list of 50.
The list that continues to change and shift.
Yeah.
Depending on who's in front of you.
One thing that I hear a lot from single women, especially women 30 plus, is that men don't pull the trigger as much anymore like they used to.
I believe that.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know because I ain't in them streets.
But I'll tell you. But I'm saying in general, I'll tell you. I think the reason why I can spot a headache a mile away. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't pull the trigger like I did 20 years ago. And the reason why is because I'm wiser now. I know what my peace and my time is worth. And frankly, men are tired of women saying, oh, you're a creeper, you're this, you're that. Instead of just saying, I'm not interested. It's always followed up with an insult. And men are just like, you know what? I'm cool hanging with the boys. I'm cool just being by myself. Because if I pull the trigger and she's not into me, I'm immediately looked at as a stalker or a creeper or less than.
Yeah.
And it's like, but yet, I told this to a friend of mine the other day. The reason why dudes don't come at you when you're out is because, like Will Smith and Hitch said, you got fuck off stamped on your forehead. If you look like you're mad at the world all the time, no man's gonna come talk to you. Well, a confident man will. A confident man won't because he
won't. No.
The most confident men are the ones who aren't going to set themselves up for rejection. Yeah. They're going to look for an opening. Yeah. They're not going to be that dude that you walk by, he's just going to tap you on the shoulder and be like, what's up, girl? No, that shit doesn't work.
The one that's going to come up to you, and because he's just shooting his shot all the time, he's the one that's into the game. He's going to nag you.
The pickup artist.
The pickup artist. He's going to nag you. He's going to do all the little things. He's going to try to make you feel like a little bit of shit. At the same time, give you a little bit of rose. So
that's it.
But most of the time, the guy's not going. He's not going to run up on a woman. I don't even know if it's intimidation. It's just that what I see, and based off of me looking on social media, because I've been out of the game for a long time, is it's just way too challenging. And when you have to feel stressed out about trying to meet someone, you're going to take that peace of mind over a piece of ass because you're thinking, oh, I got 5% chance. I only got 10% chance. You know what? I'm good.
The longer a man finds peace in solitude, the less likely he is, the less willing he will be to let you to come disrupt that.
Mm.
It's facts. And so when you feel like, hey, nobody's approaching me or nobody's doing this, don't ask what's wrong with men today. Stop and pause for a minute and be like, what energy am I putting out there? Because the problem isn't that men aren't interested in you. The problem is you're giving off energy that makes men not want to risk themselves.
How you're showing up.
How
you showing up is everything. If you're not available, it will show. If you're not mentally available, like you cannot smile and say something negative.
No.
They just don't work at all. They say like energy begets energy. You put out a certain level of energy, and if that energy is negative, it doesn't work. I saw a demonstration, and this woman was talking about, I don't even know if I did on the podcast, but it was talking about like if you give, you're like saying, I am so powerful, I am so great, like hold your arm out, and you push on that arm, and how much energy, and you can't push that arm down. But if you do say, this world, I'm just so tired, I hate working,
it goes right down. I think I saw that,
Yeah. And then you say you could do the same thing to yourself.
Yeah.
Like pulling your fingers apart. And you have that positive energy, you can't break them. But as soon as it's negative, boop, boop, boop. It's crazy.
It's wild. It's definitely wild.
So that means there's something
you're giving
beyond
off energy.
Yeah. It's beyond this surface thing. This energy thing, it's a force field, man.
There's a dude that I went to college with who, when we were out, was always smiling, always just go to a party. He walked in. He wasn't the dude trying to be cool. He's the dude getting his grin on, smiling. Women flocked to him. He was an average-looking dude, and he was the biggest asshole. But he gave off this, I smile, I laugh, I get you in, and then I'm a dick.
Yeah.
But he's like, dude, I keep a smile on my face every time I'm out because it draws people in. He's like, then I got you. And I'm like, dude, you're 20. And you have this figured out already.
And it doesn't have to, and that goes for anybody.
Yeah.
That's how I got y'all. Y'all used to come to my class. I was a smiling, happy dude.
Yep.
That brought you into my class.
Yep.
And that's how so many people came to my class. It's like, dude, this dude's so freaking happy. What's he happy about? And I always say, if you only knew where I came from, what I went through. Anyway, so, what you got?
We'll switch gears a little bit because I know women think we're beating on them, and we're not. Advice. This is not even advice. It's just opinions from some dudes.
Real world talk, man.
Yeah.
That's missing. That is definitely missing in the world.
I was thinking about this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, this was yesterday. I was out hiking. And I'd gone to the gym. And I was like, I'm going to go for a hike. It's hot outside. And I'm just walking. I'm like, you know what? I pour into a lot of cups. I pour into a lot of cups. And I can't help but wonder who's pouring into mine. And I started thinking about that, and I was like, you can look at that within your friend group. You can look at that in the people you date. You can look at it in the people at work. And it's like, people in my orbit get a lot from me. I pour into everybody, help them with everything they got going on in their lives. They pour into everything. I got this beer keg that I'm just filling everybody's cup. And I was just thinking, who the fuck fills mine? You know? And so when you're dealing, I'm talking to you guys, when you are dealing with people around you and you feel like everybody's vibing off your energy, but your energy level isn't going up. You're just here. And you're the life of the party. Everybody's taking everything from you. And you walk out of that room having made everyone else's lives better, but your life is still what it is. Why is that? Like if every woman I date, I'm pouring into them, they're getting from me, but I'm not getting anything from them.
Okay.
Take the physical outside of it. Am I learning from you? Are you peace? Are you a place of peace? Are you nurturing? Are you caring? Can I dump the weight of the world at the door and just come and lay down and exhale? Are you that? Am I getting that from you? Can you pour some of that? Can you fill my cup so I can be recharged the next day?
But
when I'm around my friends, same thing. Are you giving me something as much as I give you, or not even as much? It's never that. Are you giving anything?
Yeah.
What's coming from this interaction?
Do you expect them, or how do you share that this is what you need?
No, because I don't know what I need until I get it. Most people don't know what they need until they get it. I don't need anything. I would like a lot of things. You know,
Right.
Like I said earlier, I am completely at peace and happy in my solitude. Now, to bring you into that world, are you bringing something to me? Is your energy going to invigorate me? Is your energy going to make me want to take on the world? Mm-hmm. If that's all you're bringing, cool, bring that. You know, I don't need you to pay bills. I don't need none of that shit. Bring me something that makes me want, like I said, that I can't give to myself. I can't give myself energy. I can only feed off my own energy. Mm-hmm. But let me eat off your plate a little bit too. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't always eat off mine.
Only reason why I asked it that way, because there's one thing that, therapy learned, that one of the things that I was not doing was, when you speak of that energy, was I'm not sharing myself in a way that, or I was not sharing myself in a way that's saying, listen, I, not necessarily I need, but these are the things, these are the areas that, I like to feed off of. Like being able to share a little bit about what it is, or me coming to a better understanding of some of the things I need, because we all need something.
Yeah.
We all need something to feed off of. It's like, you don't like vegetables. I know that.
Yeah.
You're going to figure out a way. Like, I know that. So I won't give you vegetables, but I'm going to give you a substitute that can
do the same thing.
Exactly.
I'll tell you.
So, that's my thought process behind that. Sometimes we get so, like, especially when you give a lot. When you give a lot, especially when you listen a lot.
Yeah.
That it can tear at you.
So let me know if you experience this.
Okay.
when people, have you ever noticed that people love to tell you how you make them feel, everything that you do for them, they like to tell you, you make me feel safe, you make me feel this way, you make me feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever asks, how do I make you feel?
Yeah.
Think about it. They always say, this is what I get from you, but they never ask, what do you get from me?
Or even just saying, I hope that I offer some level of what you give me. Just even a microcosm.
Oh.
They don't have, I get that.
But they don't even ask.
Yeah.
They don't even ask if I'm getting something from them. If you have an extra, you know what? I got so much from this interaction. Thank you.
Okay.
That's it.
Cool, I guess.
But I'm an asshole if I say I got nothing from it. You know? Right? But if I were going to do that, the way that you just did it to me is, I got so much from this. If I were going to be transparent, I would say, well, I didn't get shit.
Yeah.
But then I'm a dickhead because I'm being transparent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't expect to always, I want to get something from every interaction I have.
Yeah.
I think that if I get nothing from it, then it was a waste of my time.
Yeah, see, I mean, I grew up with the idea that all relationships, there's some level of reciprocation. There's something. Like, I'm going to offer a little here, you're going to give me a little bit back, and we're going to keep going back and forth. There are some that are just takers. They never learn that. They never experienced that. There are a lot of people that just never experienced it. In the day and age that we live in now, all people know how to do is take.
There's a couple little gems I want to throw out there just before we tidy it up.
Okay.
I heard these and I was like, this is kind of cool. The way people treat you is a reflection of how they see you. However, the way you let people treat you is a reflection of how you see yourself.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that before.
Right?
I've heard that.
Kind of deep, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I was like, you're fucking right.
So we have choices.
Yeah. You can't help how people see you because they're going to see you through the lens of their own eyes.
Yeah.
But you can definitely control how people treat you.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. You know, something else. I was having a conversation about the foundation.
Okay.
And we were talking about kind of all the good things we're doing, but what happens next, you know? And I basically said, when my life comes to an end, I want to leave this world completely empty. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, this cup that I keep pouring out of, by the time I'm done, I want to have poured everything I have into everything I love. So there's nothing left. And I ask all of you, when you look at the things in your life that you love, your job, your hobbies, your friends, your family, your significant others, do you pour everything you have into everything you love? And if you don't, why not?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say this. I'm going to leave this last question. And we already said it earlier. Are you living your life in default, or are you living by design? You have to really ask yourself. And that goes with relationships. That goes with friendships. That goes with your job. That goes with your relationship with money. That goes with everything in your life. Is it by default or by design? You have to truly ask yourself. Sit in the mirror. Be real.
If you're not giving it your all, like if you're not giving it all, pouring everything you have into it, don't be mad when that shit doesn't work. Don't be mad if it fails, because it's failing because you held back. You can't control the other side of that equation. You can only control your side.
And what would happen if it didn't fail? What would happen? Pouring into you. Go figure. Yourself, me, winning. Oh,
Right.
What do I do now? What do I do?
And on that winning front, I heard this statement, and then we can close out after this one. It said, when you wake up in the morning, look in the mirror and say to yourself, now go be the fucking reason that the devil is nervous.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I've
Wake
heard that
up
one before
and
too.
go be the reason the devil is fucking nervous. Man, a lot of shit we talked about tonight, man.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you guys got a lot to just ruminate on and just kind of let it sink in.
He said ruminate.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just, I'm going to say it one more time, man. Pour everything you have into everything you love. Otherwise, either you don't love it or you're cheating yourself and you're cheating everybody else. Coach KJ, they know where to find us. Sippin' on Excellence. This is what we do. Go tell your friends. Go tell everybody, man. This is a great conversation.
Your daddy.
We got some exciting some exciting guests coming up. A bunch. Coach and I just want to have these conversations from time to time. We went from politics to love to work but that's the world. That's life. And we hope you guys get something out of it. Go check out thehuntfoundation.org. Go check out at Coach KJ Knows, CoachKJ.com. Everything else, you know where to find us at Lionel Hunt and at SOE.
_podcast.
And we'll holler.